Welcome back to your daily market close. It's Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026. And folks, it was a rough one out there. The mood on Wall Street is firmly bearish today. Let's break it all down. Starting with the major indices. The S&P 500 dropped 1.45%, closing at 733.58. The Nasdaq took the hardest hit, falling 3.29% to 713.65. That is a significant sell-off in tech. The Dow Jones held up better, barely dipping, down just 0.09% at 516.62. So clearly, the pain today was concentrated in growth and technology names. Now let's look at the Magnificent 7 stocks. And today they were anything but magnificent. Tesla was the biggest loser of the session, plunging 5.79% to 381.61. That comes as a fatal autopilot crash in Texas makes national headlines. We'll touch on that in a moment. Nvidia dropped 4.13%, closing at $200.04. That dragged the Nasdaq lower almost single-handedly. On the flip side, Microsoft was actually the bright spot. It climbed 1.8% to 373.94. A rare green candle in a sea of red. Alphabet slipped 1.02% to 346.13. Apple fell just under 1%, closing at 294.30. Turning to commodities now, gold dropped 1.89% to 377.32. Not much of a safe haven today. Silver got crushed, falling 5.4% to 55.73. That is a brutal move for the metal. Oil also slid, with WTI crude down 1.27% to 111.26. Over in crypto, no relief there either. Bitcoin fell 2.17% to 62,476. Ethereum dropped even harder, down 3.25% to 1661.87. Risk assets across the board were under pressure today. Forex data was unavailable for this session. We'll bring you those updates as soon as they come in. Now let's hit the headlines driving the conversation. First, NBC News reports one person was killed after a Tesla on autopilot crashed through a home in Texas. This is putting renewed scrutiny on autonomous driving technology. It also likely contributed to Tesla's steep decline today. Second, Fox Business reports thousands of bottles of blood pressure medication have been recalled nationwide. That's a developing story worth watching in the healthcare space. And third, Wired is reporting that Meta has paused its internal employee tracking program after a data leak. More questions about how big tech handles data, even its own employees' data. So what a day. Sellers were in control from open to close. The Nasdaq down over 3% tells you this was a tech-led rout. Almost nothing was spared except Microsoft. Looking ahead, keep an eye on whether this selling pressure carries into tomorrow's session. Watch for any regulatory response to that Tesla autopilot crash. And monitor whether the weakness in silver and crypto signals broader risk-off sentiment taking hold. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.